Capricorn, how can you be more interesting? How can Capricorn be more interesting? How can you be more interesting? Let your guard down, Capricorn. You always got your guard up. You won't let nobody in. You won't let nobody see the depths of you, okay? Which I don't blame it, okay? I don't blame it. But if you want to be a little bit more interesting, you got to open up, okay? You got to give somebody something to be interested about. Yeah, you guys are like really, really, really guarded. You won't open up to people. You won't let anybody know a thing about you, okay? It seems. And how you become more interesting, just letting your guard down some, okay? Being a little bit more receptive, or being in an energy where people can find a way to be interested in you. I'm also getting defensive. You're very defensive, okay? So what will make you more interesting is to be less defensive. Maybe stop taking everything personal, or even this is even being in like fight or flight mode, okay? It's like you could take everything personal. You always feel like you have to defend yourself, and again, if you're not coming off as interesting, it's like people can't have nothing to be interested. It's like if you're around, they're more so going to be worried about how they're going to have to defend themselves against you because you're in this defensiveness. Or it's like they're going to end up on edge around you because they don't know when you might take offense to something or feel insulted. It's kind of like nobody would want to be interested in you or whatever, or in whatever, because it's like you're going to always be defensive. You're not going to open up. You're not going to say much. You may take something personal because of this defensiveness, okay? And it's just like people would rather go to somebody who will be more open and receptive. Nobody's about to be being interested in somebody that is kind of like kind of has a demeanor like go away, get out my face, or a defensive demeanor, okay? Or you aren't letting them in. You aren't opening up, okay? But yeah, some of y'all are like defensive too. You take everything personal. You always feel like you have to defend yourself. Maybe even in instance where the energy is light and people are just playing. There's just jokes. There's just conversation. But you feel like you always have to defend yourself. You're in defensive mode constantly. And it's like nobody's interested in that. It's like if I wanted to deal with somebody who's defensive, I might as well go deal with my ops or something, right? So yeah, let people get to know you. Let people find something to be interested in. And I swear I'm getting something like, I'm getting a little bit of like what I said in Scorpios. Well, some of you guys can have Scorpio placements in your big three, or you could have like a prominent Scorpio placement or something, okay? That's for some. It's like that specifically is for you, because I was picking that up in Scorpios about kind of like not letting anybody in, okay? I'm also getting with this blindfold too. You can act like you don't see people, okay? And that's how you could maybe be coming off less interesting. It's like people want to be seen too, Capricorn. So you could have this thing where you make people feel like they don't matter, or what they say doesn't matter, or it's not that important, or you're not necessarily interested in it. And maybe they don't, but like try not to act like that, okay? You have this thing to you where you don't make other people feel seen. Maybe people are making you feel seen. Maybe you run into people that are the opposite of that, but you don't make people feel seen. And it's like there's no reason to be interested in you, because you're not making anyone feel seen. It's like, why would I be interested in somebody that act like they don't even see me, okay? And this is like overlooking them, okay? Not letting them feel important even, okay? And not that that's your job or anything, but I just feel like you run into people that make you feel seen, Capricorn. So it's like you should return that favor. Or even if somebody is making you feel seen, it's like you are less interesting because you aren't making them feel seen. They want to feel seen like you. And it's like, why would I even be interested in somebody who doesn't make me feel seen? Like, they don't hear me, they don't see me, they're not interested in me. Yeah, I could even have some Aquarius in your heavily in your chart as well too, because I'm picking up some stuff I got in there as well. But yeah, you'll be more interesting when you make people feel seen, just like they make you feel seen, okay? Otherwise, people will want to take their interest elsewhere to somebody who does make them feel seen, okay? And even if other people don't make you feel seen, that still overall is what's going to make you interesting, because people are going to feel more seen in your presence. Like, at least you, Capricorn, will understand them or make them feel, special in some type of way, okay? But I always would suggest, join that with someone who's being reciprocal. This is also giving indecisive, Capricorn. You could be more interesting if you would be more decisive, okay? And maybe you are decisive in certain areas, but I'm getting like maybe you're the type of person, though, when you're with people, you could come off less interesting because maybe someone has the decision made. They can know what they want to do, and it's like when they ask you, you kind of twist things all up, or you don't know what you want to do, and it's just giving indecisiveness. And it's like nobody will want to even ask you anything or make you be a part of something, because all you're going to do is kind of like turn everything into a confusing moment, or you're going to be indecisive and not know what you want, meanwhile everybody else knows what they want, something like that. And you knowing what you want, okay, not coming off like confused or indecisive, that's what's going to make you more interesting. Just the fact that you know what you want, you're not confused, you're very sure, okay? Some of you guys, this is even given like being sure of yourself, okay? So you become more interesting when you become sure of yourself. Two of Swords also gives like you're not sure of yourself at times, and of course you're gonna appear less interesting, because it's like, again, it's about you not knowing what you want, but in this case, like not knowing who you are. People want to be around people who are confident, because sometimes when you're around people who aren't confident or aren't sure of themselves, it kind of bleeds off onto other people. They start feeling unsure or not confident about themselves even, okay? That's not always good, but that can happen. I'm just getting like, that's why you could be coming off less interesting. It's like you don't know who you are, or maybe you're not insecure, but you're not so confident either at times. And it's like nobody wants to be interested in somebody who's like unsure of themselves, just so they can get in your presence and you have them unsure of themselves, them feeling confused. It's like your energy would, rub off onto them, and not knowing who you are, kind of not I'm getting more so not being sure of yourself. You may know who you are, you're just not sure of yourself, though. And that is, in the category of confidence. So you need to be more sure of who you are. Like, you can know what you about, but you're not sure if it's like one of the things you're not sure if you are who you say you are. And it's like you want to be more sure about who you are, what you have to offer, and things like that. Because again, it's something about you being less interesting, because that could be coming off to people like you're confused, you're unsure, you don't have any direction. And it's like being interested in you would have them going down the same damn place, or they would be even irritated, something like that. And it just makes you less interesting. People are just point blank period more interesting in someone who shows up as they are, who knows who they are, who has direction, okay? All that is just interesting in general. That is a more interesting person than the person who shows the opposite, okay? A lot of y'all uptight, okay? You just kind of uptight. You won't let your guard down. You won't relax even, is also what I'm picking. I'm getting a lot of messages out this Two of Swords, but it's like you won't even let your guard down or relax, okay? This is a little uninteresting, because it's like you being so uptight and not letting your guard down could make other people actually feel anxious in your energy, okay? Yeah, it could even make other people be defensive or have their guards up. Something about you being so uptight, though, it just makes other people feel uncomfortable. So it's like people are not interested in you if all you're gonna do is have this uptight energy, not being able to relax. It's uninteresting. It's like every time I'm around this person, they so uptight. They don't know how to just relax and be cool. Just go with the flow. They're so like serious even, okay? People more interested in a person who just kind of go with the flow. They're not anxious. They're not worried about anything. They're not uptight. They're just kind of living life, enjoying life. You know, going with the punches and going with the good times, whatever. The going with the ups and going with the downs, and that's more of an interesting person. But the way you come off is just uptight, always serious. Is not very interesting. Yeah, some of you guys are cold, okay? And I'm just really picking up like you're cold, you're standoffish, you push people away, okay, Capricorn? Y'all is almost starting to have a theme too. Okay, I think I had a theme sort of in Aquarius. It's just like y'all is becoming a theme. It's just like you're just cold, standoffish, uptight, guarded ass person, Capricorn. Okay, how you can just become more interested? Let loose, let up. Okay, relax. It's like you could be appearing less interesting because every time people are around you, it's like you just so serious. They just know, people just know that every time they be around you, it's like you're just gonna be so uptight, so serious that you gonna mess around and kill the vibe. Like there's no lightness to you. There's no smiles, no laughs at times. Just like you're so uptight. And it's like that's uninteresting. People want to be more in a lighter energy, full of laughs, jokes, or where everybody could just let loose. Not the one who's just so uptight. They don't know how to have a good time or let loose, something like that. But that's how you'll become more interesting. Let loose. Stop being so cold and standoffish or even pushing people away. Yeah, you could push people away with the way that looks too. You push people away. And how you become more interesting is just y'all are heavily giving receptive too. It's like you need to be more receptive. You keep pushing people away is why you're uninteresting. And how you become more interesting is to be more open, be more receptive. You don't have to tell nobody all your business, all your plans. You don't have to tell anybody everything about who you are or everything you came from. But just let somebody know, like, it's okay to talk to me, have a conversation with me. It's okay to ask me something or ask for some advice. Okay, it's okay to like spend time with me or for us to go here or there. It's like give people the green light. You just scream like stop, get away from me, move back, don't ask me nothing. I'm not letting you in, okay? It's just giving that, and that is just coming out so uninteresting. So be more receptive. Maybe even in your body language, come off more like you are accepting to other people. It could be that too. You could be more interesting if you would accept people even for who they are and not try to change them, okay? Yeah, because people don't want somebody that's constantly trying to change them or make them make them maybe be how you are or what you think they should be. Stop trying to like change people, okay? And that's how you become more interesting because, people come around you. They know that they could be themselves, or they know it will be a thing where you may not agree with how they are, but you still accept them for them, okay? You still respect their opinions or their decisions and not try to force nothing onto them. And that's how you're going to become more interesting. People want to flow with people, be around people who they could be themselves with. Start just respecting other people's wishes, decisions, and opinions, or accepting them for who they are. Not that you have to agree with them, but just kind of accept them for who they are, because that's all you can do. And it just shows you not out here trying to change somebody. You can't, because you can't change nobody but yourself. And it's like maybe people would rather you just change up dealing with them rather than to sit there and keep trying to change them or get them to be some type of way that they're not. People are always going to be more interested in the people who let them show up how they are, show up as they are. Yeah, you could almost be playing the parent, Capricorn too. It's like people don't want to have, people in general wouldn't even want to be interested in the person that's acting like a parent or authoritative figure. They want somebody who, understand that they're a grown ass person too. That is their life, and that, y'all can always agree to disagree, or that doesn't even have to be a thing where you trying to change them or change someone. Just let people be, accept them for them. And I'm just getting like, if you don't like something or you feel like something does need to change, how about you just move on? You change who you deal with. But to have people come in your energy and you trying to change how they are, it's coming off uninteresting. It's even giving like people just more interesting people who worry about themselves that much, like they worry about other people. People would rather deal with someone who only focuses on themselves in that type of way. That only focus on how they need to change, and not again trying to change other people, or people who respect their wishes and how they choose to be, something like that. And you'll become more interesting by doing that, just accepting and you choosing to make the decision if you want to remove yourself, but not trying to constantly change somebody to be how you want them to be. How can Capricorn be more interesting? So you have a lot of talents, a lot of skills and things like that, but with this being in reverse, you either downplay it, okay? And how you'll become more interesting is owning them skills and them talents you got. You have hella skills, hella talent, Capricorn, and you choose to downplay it or play small like you not really who you say you are, okay? And you'll become more interesting is by, owning that talent and those skills. People are going to be more interested in you when they see for one that you have skill and that you have talent. Secondly, the fact that you own it, that you broadcast your talents and your skills. You're not trying to hide them, or you're not trying to downplay them or keep them hidden. Okay, people are going to find you more interesting when you start broadcasting your skills and your talent. You'll be interesting because, the fact that you got something going on, that you actually out here doing something, you actually have something going on, you're talented. It's also giving authenticity. People like authenticity. Just being who you are, even, which is this talented, skillful person. And people would be more interested in whatever this talented thing is, okay? People will be more interested in you when you really show and pop out with whatever this is. Because whatever your talent or skill is in itself could be very interesting. It's just giving heavily on people liking confidence. Like people would just find you more interesting because they would admire the fact that you are confident enough to showcase your skills and talent to the world. Because there are a lot of people who are scared to do that, okay? So of course you automatically become more interesting. Because you're the person that's going to pop out and do it, okay? Some of you guys, you'll become more interesting when you get out of this, like I said, something about a survival, fight or flight mode. I'm also getting a lack mentality, okay? So in order for you to become more interesting, you're going to have to get out of that. Get out of this fight or flight, this survival mode, this lack mentality, because it's literally keeping you there, okay? People aren't interested in somebody who lives in lack, has a mindset of lack, always speaking lack, okay? For someone to just have that type of mindset. People want people with a more positive, optimistic, a more successful mindset. Okay, like you could either idolize, lack, survival mode or in fight or flight mode. Maybe, maybe you grew up like that. Maybe that's what you used to. Maybe that's what you know. But it comes off uninteresting because people want people who are more so confident about their situation regardless of how it looks, or they want people are going to be more interested in people who thrive and have a successful mindset when it comes to being in lack. They don't want the person who enables lack, okay, or continues it or think it's okay or lives that way because it's coming off like you're comfortable there,
or that you really don't see a way out.
You have even a small mind, it shows, okay? Yeah, like it shows how small minded you could be, and it's coming off uninteresting because only small minds think that lack is the way to go, or being in survival mode is the way to go, and that's not the way to go, or that's not how you should think, something like that regarding like lack, being in lack. Or it's just more so like you have a scarcity mindset, Capricorn. You even a pessimistic mindset, okay? But it's like you have a scarcity mindset, and I was trying to get at people could find that uninteresting. People want people who kind of looks at life with a more stronger mentality, a more successful mentality, to where they don't have to have some type of scarcity mindset where they think they're in lag or they don't have enough. People want to be around people, or people only going to be interested in people who know that they are more than their situation, or that they can get out of this type of lifestyle. They don't have to be in lack, or if they are in lack, how they want people are more interested in somebody who knows how to get themselves out of that. Again, someone who has a more open mind, somebody who has more of a successful mindset, okay? It's just like being around somebody and then they can't even seem to help you move forward, or they can't seem to help you see your dreams or your big visions, even because they're in such a lack mindset or a scarcity mindset, which is you, Capricorn. So I'm just getting like people could even find that uninteresting. Like you could be in somebody's energy and they could be having big dreams, or they could be thinking big. They could even want to like drag you along to maybe start up some ideas they have. But you're the type, Capricorn, to be like, I don't know if we can do that. I don't think that's gonna work out. I think we may lose behind that, or that's not gonna work out. I don't know if that's a good idea. So you're the lack mindset friend, or the person around that's still in some lack mindset or scarcity mindset, that something won't work out, that something won't be enough. And people want the opposite of that. People are more interested in the friend that is like optimistic about things, or even open-minded, or opens their horizons, not somebody who maybe came from lack and then they kept their mentality in lack. So it's like being around you that maybe their dreams and things can't come true because you are the type to impose onto them that it won't work out. Yeah, you could really have like a pessimistic mindset, Capricorn. It's kind of like people are more interested in people who are optimistic. So be more optimistic. Don't be the person telling people or making people feel like they can't do something because you're in a lack mindset. You have to think bigger, think more positive, think that things can work out, because everything don't have to be that may not work out, that may not be good, or I don't have enough for this, because you are in a lack mentality. You have a scarcity mindset. Maybe you really came up with nothing. You came up growing up with nothing. So it's like you carried that on, but it's uninteresting. It's coming out uninteresting. How you could be more interesting is to get out of this lack mindset and realize that there's
unlimited possibilities in life.
As long as you keep that positive mindset and you take the steps to go towards it, you can always undo your situation. You don't have to live like that. And it's like you just need to change your mindset in that factor, because it's almost as if you project, you know, around people. Even it's like people wouldn't even want to be interested in telling you things or working with you as a team, in which you could start missing out on opportunities because you're uninteresting, with that lack mindset, that like people, that like no one can do something, or that you can't do something, or something won't work out. People don't want to hear that. You become more interesting when you're like, yeah, this gonna work out. All we gotta do is this, that, and the third. This can actually turn into something. Let's make this happen. We can do this, or we have more than enough. Not we don't have it, or we don't have or we just have a little bit. We have more than enough. Okay, so something about even changing the way you think in terms of what you can and can't do in life, and that's what's gonna make you more interesting. Having that knowing that you can make anything happen, no matter no matter what the situation is. You can make anything happen, long as you know, keep an open mind and stay positive, stay optimistic, instead of being so negative or in a lack scarcity mentality. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for Capricorn. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you at the next time.